Well, good day. It's a little late in the day. It's about 9 o'clock, but here is chapter 4 of that November weekend. It was a week before Christmas, and by this time Mark and Kelly had become very close. Elizabeth's day is brightened whenever Kelly finds time for a visit. One would never know where Kelly found the time to sew for Elizabeth. She completed 2 jackets, skirts, and blouses accessorized with handmade beadwork. It's any wonder that Elizabeth is feeling better with every passing visit. If Kelly isn't at school or working, she's is with Mark and Elizabeth. The renovations to the store are almost complete, and the plan to have shelves stocked and employees hired are on schedule for the middle of February. It's Friday afternoon, about 4:30, and Mark is waiting at the train station for Kelly to come home from Toronto. She was at a 3-day nursing seminar. Kelly exited the train and she wore her hair down and it had an unfamiliar curl in it. From where he was standing, she was radiant. He didn't know yet that she had not slept well and she was very overworked, studied like she'd never studied before. Kelly, we missed you around here. Are you able to spend some time with Mom and me tomorrow? I can for breakfast. I have a report to complete and an assignment to hand in before Christmas. Will you have to take time off work? I guess so. Grandma and Grandpa can do without me for a few days, I suppose. They pay me anyway. That's a benefit of being related to the boss. Oh, am I ever tired and sore? I could sleep for a week. Okay, then let's go out for a good meal and you are going to have a spa treatment. Spa treatment? I'll take a rain check, please. I'm way too busy, but I'll hold you to the dinner invite. Well, then you will need to go home after we eat, will you? Yes. Well, okay. I'll drop in on you now and then over the next few days just to say hello and give you a break from your computer. You would be most welcome. I think I would really like some soup and salad, maybe some frozen yogurt afterwards. I'm going to miss you. I had plans for us this week. Christmas activities. I'll be going to church with you and your mother on Sunday. Then I'm going to leave my computer alone. I would like to try this Italian restaurant. You should be able to get what you like in here. There may be a long line in there. Well, Miss Kelly, you are in quite a hurry to get home. I feel brushed off. Kelly yawned and didn't realize that he was kidding, and she was embarrassed for her lack of concentration and apologized for it. You are tired, aren't you? Tell you what, if it's busy in there, I'll take you home, but I really would just like to relax with you for a while. Then it's settled. We will relax together for a while. Tell me, why is your hair so curly today? I was up until 4 a.m. Couldn't sleep. I get the way I get that way when I overstudy. I drank some more milk and had a shower and went to bed with wet hair. I was still too tired when I got up and I didn't do anything but brush it. I think it looks real pretty. Do you like this? I will curl it for church and make it look neater though. Kelly, you are a beautiful girl. The softness in your eyes calms me and your smile gives me thrills. How do you like the blush in my cheeks? It's natural right now. They held hands and entered the restaurant. They were immediately seated and decided to stay. They were seated at a quiet, dimly lit booth, and it was just the relaxation Kelly needed after her 3-day seminar. Mark started singing to her to show his appreciation for her company, which she was enchanted with. It was a strange but very sweet thing for him to do in a restaurant. It was a quiet afternoon and he wanted to keep her attention. She was terribly distracted with the work she knew she had ahead of her, and he knew this. He sang to her about the activities he would rather be doing with her than being away from her on the festive time of year. She fondly amused him and hummed along while swaying her head to and fro. Kelly, how about you going out later tonight for a walk with me, just to look at the Christmas light displays around the neighborhood? I can do that. I hope there's a light snowfall. Bring a camera, okay? Okay, will do. A nice walk will help you to sleep well tonight. Then you come over tomorrow for a nice breakfast to start your day off right. I will have you over to my apartment after I have this finished my assignment, and we'll cook a beautiful Chinese dinner for the two of us. Is your kitchen big enough? I remember you said the apartment's very small. My kitchen is just the right size for two. All I need is a wok, and I even have a kimono that I will wear for you. I love to cook Chinese. Beautiful. Will you wear your hair up with chopsticks? I am picturing you now, and I'm finding that irresistibly enchanting. I have one pair of wooden chopsticks, so I will pick up some porcelain chopsticks somewhere. Kelly, before I take you home, will you go for a walk with me through the mall to look for chopsticks? I would love to see your hair put up with them. I have seen them in abalone or mother of pearl inlays, very intricate details and very expensive. I'm sure that we could find some cute plastic ones afterwards. I really have to go home and get my work started. That's fine, but I will only buy the ones that are suitable for your beautiful black hair. Mark and Kelly had not been apart for as long as 3 days since they met and couldn't be without constant contact. They knew that this was more than a friendship. Love had blossomed in her absence. They both led very busy lives, but depended on daily interaction with each other for their individual happiness. They didn't find chopsticks for Kelly's hair, but she didn't have much time and was getting particularly frantic about getting home. They would not see much of each other now until Sunday. It had been a part of Elizabeth's healing process to be able to attend church every Sunday with Mark and Kelly. More and more, Elizabeth is able to smile. She sees her sons and her life in a better perspective now. She is away from the tragedy and the memories that would have lingered had they stayed in the West. She has a wonderful and hard-working son who was able to understand what was best for his mother. Elizabeth had made a friend in the wonderful, sweet Kelly. If all she had in life was to be with Mark and Kelly, she would never be unhappy for the rest of her life. The Christmas program was scheduled for the Sunday service. The chapel was festive and cheerfully decorated with lights, wreaths, flowers, and nativity scenes. The lights were dim as the choir sang hymns of Christ's birth. The three sat together as part of a larger than usual congregation and listened to the speakers tell stories of the meaning and praises of Christmas. Kelly welcomed the special spirit she felt there that particular morning in church. She was free from the rigor and work of school. She smiled as she was with Mark and gloried in the sweet hymns and the fellowship of well-wishers and the children's anticipation of the holiday. Elizabeth stayed for the entire service. She didn't want to leave, nor was she tired. Mark was just like a child. He was thrilled to have Kelly's attention for the whole day and for his mother's willingness to stay in church for the whole morning. All headaches pertaining to his responsibilities disappeared for this Sabbath day and were replaced with the glory of the season. The warmth of family bond included his dear Kelly, although the three had not wanted nor were planning a big commercial Christmas with all the glitter and noise. They did cherish this special morning together. They renewed their praise and the purpose for the season and held on to the tightening bond of strength, love, and charity within a family circle in what could have been a very sad occasion. The short ride home was peaceful, but okay. They arrived back at Mark and Elizabeth's house, and Mark helped his mother out of the car and onto the den to her chair. She was happy to sit in the den by the fireplace while Mark and Kelly prepared some lunch. Mark didn't bother with any Christmas decorations or tree this year. They were just thankful for Kelly. She was their angel, and the season was bearable now. Kelly was familiar with the kitchen now, and as she scurried around, Mark surprised her with a green velvet pull-out string bag. Mark, is this something that I think it is? The chopsticks we couldn't find? You were right. I didn't have anything to do yesterday since you were busy. They were just thankful for Kelly. She was their angel, and the season was bearable now. Kelly was familiar with the kitchen now, and as she scurried around, Mark surprised her with a green velvet pull string bag. Mark, is this something that I think it is? The chopsticks we couldn't find? You are right. I didn't have anything to do yesterday since you were busy with your computer, so I went shopping. I had to Google a location that sold them and drove 36 kilometers to the nearest merchant for these, and I think they were perfect. They will match with the divine feminism of your hair with its black silkiness. I don't believe this. This dark green sticks and the mother of pearl inlay will match the kimono. How could you know this? Kelly, I just saw these in your hair. I didn't even look for a different pair. This is a serendipitous situation. I have never put these in my hair. I'll have to practice. It can't be hard. Let me try to do something with them. Mark stood behind her, pulled all her hair back, and stroked it with his fingers, and rolled it around his fist to pull it tight. He fastened the hair around the sticks from the opposite side of the bun. A few locks of hair fell out and to the side along his arm, which pleasured him, and the fragrance in her hair prompted him to go closer, and he guided her to the mirror for her approval. She thought a couple of pins might keep the sides from falling out of the bun, but it was his wishes to have the hair fall just the way it did. His heart fluttered. I love playing with your hair, but whether you wear it up or down is entirely lovely. Let's plan a New Year's Eve for our Chinese dinner, can we? New Year's Eve, just the two of us. That is doable. Later, I want the two of us in front of the fireplace so we can talk about us. We don't get too much alone time, do we? Kelly, I think you must know how I feel about you. I believe you feel the same way for me by the way you look into my eyes. Every time our eyes meet, no matter the circumstances, the softness in your eyes is something I can't ignore. Kelly was so taken and surprised by the emotion behind his words. She had wanted to feel his special closeness with him. I'm happy, Mark, for you. You see the emotion in my eyes. They reflect these peaceful feelings within my heart. I can barely think of anything else. Kelly took Mark's hand and held them to her face. A tear ran down both their faces, and they whispered sincerely, I love you. They had not been this close before. The two brought their cheeks together, and the delicate tears on their faces blended together, and neither of them knew quite what to say or to do next. With more tenderness than he thought possible, he kissed her face, and she closed her eyes. Love encircled them, and Kelly knew that Mark was her eternal love for her life at that moment. In the background, the timer from the microwave oven went off, and the familiar aroma of hot buttery popcorn filled the kitchen. The chicken strips were braising in the oven that would top the Caesar salad. Mark forgot about the aromas in the kitchen. His focus was on the fragrance of Kelly's hair, and he held her closer. Do you want to put the popcorn in a bowl, and I'll rip the lettuce for the salad? They reluctantly broke the embrace and moved closer to the counter to finish preparing lunch. The two of them, quite quiet then, began doing what they came into the kitchen to do. With the salad made and dressed, garlic bread on the side, and a bowl of popcorn, Mark and Kelly made up a tray and joined Elizabeth in the den. Everything looks and smells nice. Glad you like it, Mom. Kelly, why don't you turn on the television and I'll go back into the kitchen and bring in plates and cutlery and soft drinks? Mom, we want to talk to you. By the tone of Mark's voice and the romantic look in both of their eyes, it was no surprise to Elizabeth what the purpose of the talk could be. Kelly, it's no surprise to me. I couldn't be happier. We both love you. You know, when I was away for the seminar, I could only text Mark. I couldn't stand it then. Here we are now, not wanting to be apart and finding it painful when we have to be. Elizabeth, these feelings are nice but so unfamiliar to me. We are in love, Mother, Mark explained, and his explanation put to rest any doubt of their reasons for their emotions. With that said, Elizabeth rose from her chair, caressed Kelly, and gave her approval. It was a very touching moment for the three of them. They served themselves the lunch, chatted, and watched TV for a couple of hours. Elizabeth had not felt this good in months. However, she knew she should rest before returning to the rest home. It wouldn't be wise to return weak. She may be preached at by the nurses. Mark cleared the lunch away, and Kelly helped her to her bedroom. Mark, I put a shawl around your mother's shoulders, fluffed her pillows. Then, when I came back from the bathroom with a glass of water, she was sleeping like a baby. Okay, let me check on her. He was worried that she overdid it today. Elizabeth was already fast asleep. Her color was good and breathing steady. She was fine, just tired. Mark, she was so happy for us and had such a good time with our company, laughing along with us and reminiscing for your teen years. I enjoyed her. She loves you so much and wants for your happiness above her own. I have wanted it for you too. I cherish the day we met, and I know that you are busy with the store and your mom, but I will look for every opportunity to spend time with you. I didn't know how you would feel about being in a relationship with me. I know now that I have your heart as you have so beautifully and generously offered it to me, Mark. Mark sat with Kelly on the love seat and reached to embrace her. They softly stared into each other's eyes. Mark stroked her cheeks with his fingers. The soft glow of the flames from the fireplace silhouetted their closeness as he kissed her on the forehead and gently whispered, I love you, Kelly. Not such a tearjerker tonight, more romance as their relationship is blossoming. And yes, you can see Elizabeth enjoys the time that Kelly has to spend with her and is every day healing and able to look forward to the life ahead in Kingston, Ontario. Well, I'll say bye for now and hope you join me for tomorrow.